Hey guys, Dr. Dex here. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this Metabo HPT multivolt brushless finish gun. We actually have an older Hitachi one. These ones just came in to us. They have a new reduced price at your local hardware store. We'll get into that in a minute, but before we do, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Okay, click it. We're trying to get our subscriber base up more, and only 17% of you do, so we'd really appreciate a subscribe or a follow. It's the same thing basically, just one or the other. Just click follow, which is the subscribe button on this platform. So thanks for coming to our channel. We're mostly a deck builder, but I also talk about tools that we use to assemble the decks. I don't use a finish gun a whole lot as for trim purposes, but I do use it a lot for hanging joists to a ledger board before we put the joist hangers on. We use this product religiously for that, and we also use it a lot for softening and those reasons. So I was at Lowe's the other day, and they actually have this gun at a discount for $299, and it comes with a battery and a charger. It doesn't come with an 8 amp hour battery. It comes with a 3 amp hour battery and a charger. You can always upgrade your batteries. The reason I do, because I just like them to last longer. I'm not so concerned about weight like some of the other tools might be heavier for you to use. This one, I'd say medium weight. It's not that bad. A couple features. First thing you have to do is turn it on. There's a little button right here underneath the handle. You hold that down for like 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Now it turns on. There's sequential fire mode and single shot mode. And I usually just run single shot mode. I'm not trying for speed. And then there's also a battery gauge you can push to know if you're 2 bars or 1 bar. You also have, on these bigger batteries, you have a 4 bar indicator as well. It's a little bit out of the way, so that's probably why they put that battery indicator, or it'll also tell you, I think it blinks red when you're getting very low. And then another cool feature, it does have a light right here. So if you're in a little bit darker area, you can use it to see a little bit better. So a couple things about this gun. For one, it's cordless. It hits pretty good, so you don't need a compressor, which is kind of nice. No air hoses, no compressor. This one's a 15 gauge, 34 degree angle nail. So what I have loaded in here right now are some DeWalt 2.5 inch galvanized finish nails on that 34 degree angle. I also have some shorter Senko nails that will run through here as well, just to show you guys that it'll run different types of nails. As long as you have the proper angle of the nail, you're good to go. So I think these are Senko as well, or maybe these are a generic brand. They don't say Senko on the tag. These two are a little bit different in the head style. I don't know if you guys cannot see that. Okay, can you tell? So, but they're both similar to a clipped head. They're really not a full head. I think the Senko style has a little tiny bit bigger head, but the DeWalt ones seem to run just as good. There is a safety with a depth gauge right here. So you can choose how far in the nails are going by adjusting this dial right here on the side. And if you have a smashed nail in the head, there's a quick release right here to help you clear any nails that might pop through or get caught up, or if you hit metal sometimes you lose them. It's easy to load. You just take your rack of nails, stick it in the back like this, push that in, and then pull back. Obviously, I'm not shooting a full rack of nails because I got to pull all the nails out of this board. So I don't want to pepper it with 500 nails, but we'll do a few, and we'll do some rapidly so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about, okay? So let's go ahead and I have a piece of AZEK here, just some PVC. I'm gonna fire it down into some pressure-treated hemlock. There's a couple knots, so I'm not gonna fire into the knots, but maybe we'll do that in a minute and see how it does. See if it'll drive it or if it pops the gun back up. Another cool feature is this rafter hook. It kind of moves out of the way, but when you need it, this sits on a joist real nice. I use this all the time when I'm hanging joists and framing and that kind of thing. And it is a nice feature, and it's not super big, so it's not clunky. It doesn't get in your way. All right, so gun's on. I'm gonna put it down. I don't really have the depth gauge set yet. I don't know what we're shooting at, so I'm gonna go fire one off and I'm gonna take a look at it and see where we're at, okay? Oh, there's also a trigger lock right here that I had engaged. So if you have that engaged, you won't be able to fire the gun. So you're gonna pull that back so that you can fire the gun, all right? All right, here we go. So that drove really deep. As a matter of fact, it drove so deep, it punctured the decking with the plunger. So I would say that's probably going a little too deep. So let's adjust that a little bit. So what I'm doing is as I turn this dial, pushing the plunger out or in, depending on which way I want it to go. So I think I've probably turned it 4 or 5 times. So let's shoot another nail and see how far that one goes in. Okay, this time the plunger didn't really hit as hard on the PVC. So that might be a more sustainable depth versus plunging them in that deep. It just depends on your finish work, how particular you are on, and how deep you want that nail to go, okay? So here's a super deep plunger where the plunger is denting the wood. And here's more where you're only seeing the nail go in, okay? So let's try that again. I'd say that nail's probably an 1/8 inch embedment. And same. So let's shoot 5 nails real quick. Now these are 2.5 inch nails, so you're going through 1 inch of PVC and 1.5 inches of pressure treated. All right, here we go, 5 quick. And those all went in lickety splits. I would have to say that's really an awesome gun. You could probably run this thing for multiple hundreds and hundreds of nails on an 8 amp hour battery and get what you need. You could probably dial this back a little bit more, but pretty soon, if you keep dialing it back, if you dial out this guard, you're eventually gonna be able to see the nails. Oop, I just dialed it all the way out. Okay, so now it's locked again. And it's still going in plenty deep. So I thought maybe I would shoot a couple shorter nails as well. I'm gonna pull these nails out of the rack. These nails are only gonna go in 1/2 inch, and I don't see why these wouldn't work either. This is like 1.5 inch nail compared to a 2.5, but just so you guys can see how it does. So there's no bounce firing, so let me see if I can change that. Try that. So there's your bounce fire function, which actually is kind of fun. I didn't mind doing that. That was all right. So if you got a lot of finish nails to put into something, man, put it in bounce mode. Some people call it sequential. What it's doing is it's flashing blue right now. So there's actually 3 buttons on this. There's the power button, the battery button, and then single or multiple firing mode. So in single mode, you push it and the blue dot stays solid blue. And if you want to be able to repetitively fire or bounce fire your gun, then you hold this down and now it's blinking blue and you can just go to town with it. So there you go. I think this is really ergonomically well designed. It fits a full rack of nails, which is kind of nice. And the only other thing I really wanted to do, and I don't know if I can get this off of here because I got 25 nails in it. I wanted to act like it was a joist. There's your free back scratcher. You know, I could probably sell you one of these for $35 if you want one. You can kind of see the different elevation of the nails. We shot the 2.5s, we shot the 1.5 inches. These might be 2 inch instead of 1.5 inch nails because I got a full inch of penetration out of the back of that. So I would have to take a tape measure to measure it out. But anyway, okay. So now we've got a clean board, which I'm happy about because if I want to run a saw through there or something. All right, guys, so I grabbed a piece of treated lumber because I want to show you what I actually do with this gun the most. We do shoot a lot of soffit with it as well, but I think for you to understand this would be kind of a good instructional, okay? So imagine this board here as your ledger, and this is your joist. And you need to get your joist to the top of here. Now I never pre-install a joist hanger because all of my joists are different thicknesses. And if I pre-installed my joist hangers, then these would be up and down. They wouldn't fit properly. So I like to flush my joist out to the top of my ledger. And then I take a finish gun Now I need more depth. So I'm gonna swap this gun back in so it'll shoot deeper. Okay, now I've brought this in. Why do I like using finish nails? Well, a few finish nails into the side of a joist like that, for one, doesn't crack it. When you put 4 of them on one side, maybe 2 or 3 on the other, your joist hanger is gonna disguise all these. Okay, you won't see them, and you can tap this around and kind of make it straighter, or maybe make it more square, or you can even change the elevation of it a little bit by using a finish nail. Once you got the outside looking good, I go over here, drop a couple more in. Those are the 2.5-inch nails that we're using to go into the side of this. And now your joist is locked in place, and then you can come back and put your joist hanger on after the fact. So we use this on every deck when we frame. That's the reason why I wanted to show you this tool today, and this particular brand and the model. The model number, by the way, is NT1865DMA with a S in parentheses. So there you go. All right, guys. So that's all I got for you on this particular tool today. If you learned a little something or you liked what you saw, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content. Leave us a comment below. And don't forget to like this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.